I'm sick of it. I am so sick of this. Look, this has been building up in me for a very long time now. So, I'm a vocal coach, right? I react to all sorts of singing videos. I react to talent show videos. I check them out. I let you know what I think about the singer's techniques. But this has gone too far. The auto-tune has gone way too far, and I just have to say something about it. I don't care what show we're talking about. America's Got Talent, American Idol, X Factor, you name the talent show, they're auto-tuning their contestants' vocals, and it's starting to get on my nerves as a vocal coach. But look, before we get started, feel free to check out my website, youcansinganything.com. I do teach singing lessons online every single day. Also down in the description, links to my vlog channel, my cover channel, and my Patreon. And on that Patreon, I do have a reward where I will review your singing and help you improve, whether through video or written format, and hopefully your bitch ass don't auto-tune them vocals, because this shit is getting on my nerves. So before we even get started, I know some people are gonna say, and actually I thought this for a while too, it's not possible to auto-tune live vocals. Honestly, I thought this like a good 2 or 3 years ago. Maybe the technology has changed. Maybe I was just an idiot. But now it is so obvious to me that this is happening, and I can give you a perfect example. So this is a clip of Justin Bieber from 2015. He's singing. This is just to prove, by the way, that you can auto-tune live vocals. He's singing, and there's auto-tune on his voice. But the reason why you can tell is because the auto-tune is affecting his voice and making it sound like he's out of pitch, because the auto-tune settings are incorrect. Just take a listen to this. You'll know what I mean. He even... You'll see what I'm talking about.
When you're not
look at him checking his ear.
But you wanna say no, what do you mean? Hey, yo, can we, listen, I know we're live right now, but I think you guys have some tune on my vocals or something. We don't need auto-tune. Dude. That's for other artists, not me.
He blows it off really, really nicely, but there's auto-tune on his vocals, his live vocals. Normally, we can't tell because most of us are so just accustomed to hearing it on everything, live, studio, everywhere at this point, that you just can't hear it. But in this case, it was blatantly obvious because the auto-tune settings were so incorrect that it was making him sing wildly out of tune and off pitch. But since that has just been covered here, let's go into some of these. I've reacted to all 3 of these different clips here. One is from American Idol, one is gonna be from America's Got Talent, and another one is gonna be from The 4. All 3 of these clips, the contestants in these clips, have serious vocal processing going on, whether it's auto-tune, vocal doubling. It's like, how are these even competitions? How are these even talent show competitions? Here's the first one. And by the way, let me throw this out there before we even get into all of this. I'm not mad at the contestants. I love the vocals of all of these contestants, and I think they're all very amazing in their own way. This has nothing to do with the contestants of the show. It has everything to do with the decisions that the producers of the show are making. I don't agree with the decisions of the producers to auto-tune certain parts to make it sound better for wider audiences, right? I don't think that presenting music in a dumbed down way is good for anybody. I don't think it's good for people who are trying to sing and who think that this auto-tuning stuff is normal. I don't approve of the producers' decisions at all. That doesn't take away from the talent of the contestants though. The contestants are still immensely talented. I just disagree that producers need to step in and fix the occasional off note, because everybody in live performance sings an off note. That's what makes it a live performance and not a studio performance. I just disagree with the producers' decisions in these instances. But all that being said, here we go. We're gonna get started here. We've got some videos to check out. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about. Auto-tune in these live vocals.
You're just like an angel.
So, it's not always obvious to people and you really gotta listen. This is Ada Vox singing Creep by Radiohead. What auto-tune sounds like when it kicks in, very mildly, is it just sounds like, it sounds metallic. The voice sounds a little bit different than it does in real life. I'll show you kind of what I mean.
You're just like an angel.
Can you hear the robotic shimmer? You're just like an angel.
Your skin makes me
Your skin. It doesn't sound
cry.
like a person. And this is amazing. Auto-tune or not, this is amazing. And then here, later in this clip, there's vocal doubling. You can hear you can clearly hear 2 different voices going on here at once. So this is just a clear, to me, a more or less clear example of there's a combination of auto-tune and there's an effect called vocal doubling. Anyway, there's different effects on this voice that make it not just 100% authentically raw live performance. Again, nothing against Ada Vox. I think he's amazing, but here we go. We're gonna move on to the next one. We got Courtney Hadwin. Again, amazing, awesome singer. I have a reaction to the singer. Go ahead and check that out. It has nothing to do with the singer. It has everything to do with these talent shows thinking that they need to do this. Listen to the da 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 da. There's an auto-tune artifact on that. Da da da. It goes like da. You can hear the sort of skipping on it. There's like a little mini robot just beeping in there. Or whatever. Why do they think they need to do this to the performance? Like, it doesn't actually, to me, it doesn't add anything to it. It just takes away from it. She would have been amazing regardless of whether or not there was a tiny little mistake in pitch there. And in fact, the auto-tune almost makes it sound worse to me. It makes it obvious that there's a mistake. Most people wouldn't have noticed that otherwise. And again, here's Rebecca Black on the 4, and you can just hear it. And again, Rebecca Black is amazing. Like, there's clips of her up online singing actually raw live. She sounds almost exactly the same. So it's just like, why? Especially in like a competition show, you know what I mean?
You're probably gonna start a fight. I know this can't be right, baby. Come
You can hear it, like you can definitely hear it. I recommend listening to this video again with headphones on, just so you can definitely hear these things.
I'm doing this tonight. You're probably gonna start a fight.
There's the metallic shimmer. Another thing that I can kind of tell with this performance is she's super, super breathy, which is fine, but most of the time when you sing super, super breathy, you almost always are a little bit under the note. No, this can't be right, hey, baby. It's difficult to get 100% to the actual pitch. No, this can't be right, hey, baby, while keeping the same breathiness. I'm not saying that it's not possible, and certainly it's possible, but to me, the tone that she's using,
probably gonna start a fight. I know this can't be right, baby. Come on.
Come on, or whatever in that little section. Her pitch here is just so perfect, especially for the timbre that she's using, which is lots and lots of breath. And anyone that has ever sang with lots and lots of breath knows how difficult it is to keep that pitch stable, like relatively good, let alone flawless throughout the entire performance. It's just, it's not realistic. It's amazing though. This clip is just... These clips are all amazing. So again, this has nothing to do with the contestants or their ability or their skill. It just has everything to do with like, why are we doing this? Why are we letting these vocal contest shows get away with this nonsense? Like, I think this issue needs to be brought up for multiple reasons. I think general audiences need to be aware of this for when they're voting, if that makes sense. Audiences need to be aware of it just to be aware of it. And also, I think that singers need to be aware of it, because when you listen to somebody sing on one of these talent shows and you're like, oh my god, I could never sing like that. They're doing something crazy different and I can't get my voice to sound anything like that. Part of the reason, I mean, of course they're all immensely talented, like top of the heap singers, like don't get me wrong, but another part of the reason is they've got a little bit of an extra push on their vocals to give them that wow factor, to give them that sparkle factor, so that you have that feeling and you want to keep watching the show. I just think that we need to be aware of that because it's an important thing to be aware about, and as a vocal coach, I just can't keep reacting to these talent talent shows without at least mentioning it and letting people know that, yes, I'm aware that there's autotune on these vocals. I just don't always want to bring it up. But all that being said, again, be sure you check out my website, youcanSingAnything.com. I do teach singing lessons online every single day. That's why I can tell the difference between a real voice and one of these auto-tuning voices. Be sure to check out the stuff in my description, cover channel, vlog channel, Patreon. Until next time, Tristans, peace out.